Now, President Uhuru Kenyatta led political and business leaders in mourning the late Bob Collymore. The tribute started pouring in as soon as it was confirmed that the Safaricom CEO had breathed his last breath. Let's now take a look at some of them right now, and I'll be walking you through some of the tributes that have been pouring in throughout the course of the day. We start with President Uhuru Kenyatta, who said, and I quote, "It is with deep sadness that I have this morning received news of the death of Safaricom CEO Bob Collymore after years of battling cancer. As a country, we've lost a distinguished corporate leader whose contribution to our national well-being will be missed." Okay, let's take a look at what other leaders had to say. This next tribute from Deputy President William Ruto, who said that Bob Collymore was a distinguished corporate titan whose shrewd leadership at the helm of Safaricom was commendable. He steered the company to new heights and contributed immensely to the evolution of Kenya's corporate scene. All right. Let me take you through another tribute, of course, many that came in today. This is from Raila Odinga, ODM leader. "My condolences go out to the friends and family of Mr. Bob Collymore, as well as the entire Safaricom fraternity. Bob served our country with dedication and sustained us as a communication hub in Africa. May his soul rest in eternal peace." Okay, and so we have our next tribute here. This one now from the Cabinet Secretary, Foreign Affairs Ambassador Monica Juma. "I convey my deepest condolences to Wamboi and the kids for the demise of Bob Collymore, a dear friend and a model that inspired many people, young and old, in and beyond. His contribution will forever remain firmly imprinted in Kenya's development story. Rest, my dear friend, rest in peace." The chairman of the Royal Media Services, Dr. S.K. Macharia, also sent a message, and I'll be coming to that shortly. But before, let me read this one from Safaricom. "Our beloved CEO Bob Collymore has passed. We extend our deepest condolences to his family, our colleagues, partners, and the nation at large. Safaricom PLC." Okay. Let's take a look at the next one now. And this is from the chairman of the Royal Media Services. "The death of Safaricom CEO Bob Collymore is a moment of deep sorrow and a big blow to the country's business sector. The late Collymore was an outstanding corporate leader who demonstrated commitment to transforming lives. He inspired many through his commitment to a welfare-minded work ethic." That from the chairman of the Royal Media Services. We also have one from the Group MD of the Royal Media Services, Wachira Aroro. He said that Bob Collymore will be remembered for his distinguished contribution to the Kenyan corporate sector. The late Collymore was a visionary who served with dedication and leaves behind a rich legacy. He was a man of exceptional skills that immensely contributed to the strong business partnership forged between Safaricom and the Royal Media Services. Collymore lived a full and inspiring life and nurtured a large network of friends. And last but not least, we have Chris Kirubi, a businessman, and he said that "It's with deep sadness that I've learned this morning news of the death of Safaricom CEO Bob Collymore. As a country, we've lost a distinguished leader who greatly contributed to national development. My condolences to family, friends, and all Kenyans. Rest in peace, my friend." All right. Now, the mention of the name Bob Collymore effortlessly reverts your mind to Safaricom, having served as the Chief Executive Officer since 2010. But Bob was not your typical CEO. He was like your cool boss, a man whose life spoke of living in the moment and grabbing opportunities of interaction and mentorship to the best way he knew how. And as Raquel Moigai reports, disease might have robbed the country of a great leader, but not the memories and impact he had on people.
Mini Bob Collymore, nimetoka maju. Nina penda God, na nina penda Kenya. And because of that, I fully dance.
Whatever the tempo, music was like an adrenaline injection in his veins as his personality busted through into the most vibrant picture of who Bob Collymore was, away from the helm of Kenya's biggest telecos, Safaricom. This picture's implying of a no-nonsense CEO, perhaps when required, but even at his seat of authority. Robert William Collymore, fondly referred to as Bob, understood that work without play would make a dull day. It is such pictures and clips that have now become conduits of memories of a man who never shied away from living and enjoying life like any other ordinary person. Free! But even without music, he was like the man next door. The 61-year-old effortlessly won the hearts of many through his interaction with Kenyans that spoke of humility, a character in which those who have worked under him can only describe.
na ametuhimiza watu wengi sana hasa kikazi. Kama yeye mtu mkubwa aliweza kuwa na heshima, angepita angekusalamia kila wakati, kujulia hali na vile mnaendelea kikazi.
Despite being born and raised in Guyana, a country in South America, Bob, following his work-related duties, grew to love Kenya. But not only was the country in his heart, as he also got to woo a daughter of the land, Wamboi Kameru, whom they exchanged their nuptials on 2nd April 2016 in an invite-only wedding in Kitisuru. Bob was described by many as a man of the people, selfless, caring, humorous, and most of all, his love for music was one that could never go unnoticed. To those who called him a personal friend, it is indeed an irreplaceable loss.
One thing he taught me is nobody's perfect in life. And he would say that over and over, nobody is perfect, Jeff. But you shouldn't live your life with regrets. Do not live your life with any regrets. Do what you do and learn from your failures and your mistakes.
Fully dance. Fully dance. Fully dance.
To those who knew him personally, Bob's death is only the end of a chapter, a departure in this life. A life he lived vigorously, leaving behind a solid legacy and some of the most beautiful and lasting memories. Raquel Muigai, Citizen TV, Nairobi.